self-acceptance, Sangeeta Kuntakar.
Do you accept yourself? It might sound like an odd question. After all, what does it even mean to accept yourself? Don't we all accept ourselves as a regular part of living our day to day lives? Now, how many of you have trouble accepting yourself exactly the way you are? Can I have a show of hands, please? See a couple of them. It's not an arduous task to accept the good parts of ourselves, but how many of us can accept our flaws and failures? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I will tell you why we need to accept ourselves, the good and the bad. But first, let us find out what self-acceptance is. Self-acceptance means the act or the state of accepting oneself, understanding and recognizing one's abilities and limitations, regardless of the past behaviors and choices. Now, the first step to love yourself is to look everything about you and be okay with it. If you're crazy, be okay with it. If you are slim, be okay with it. If you're fat, be okay with it. If you're tall, short, black, white, straight, gay, just learn to be okay with who you are and what you are. The famous movie actress Lucille Bell said, "Love yourself first, and everything else falls into line." You really have to love yourself to get anything done in this world. You may ask me, why is it important to accept oneself? When we begin to accept who we are, we set ourselves up for improvement. Now, we need to accept our behavior, attitude, and lifestyle and work towards making a desired change. Now, my neighbor's teenager, she was overweight. She often worried about what people will think about her. She felt embarrassed about her body, and that made her shy away from people. She often felt unworthy, angry, and frustrated. But when she met a professional therapist who advised her that the first thing she needs to do is to accept herself the way she is, including her body, believe in her capabilities, and then start making a desired change. And that helped her tremendously. Second reason is, while practicing self-acceptance, you will uncover hidden gems and talents that you didn't know about yourself. For example, when I was single and living with my parents back in India, I never cooked or helped my mother in the kitchen. My parents, my elder sisters, would condemn me every day and made me feel that I'm totally worthless because I didn't do any house chores. But then one fine day, I accepted this fact and started experimenting with cooking. And I realized I can cook as well as my mom. Another reason is, if you don't believe in yourself, you will believe in other people's criticism and become a victim of their negativity. If we constantly compete and compare ourselves with others to live up to an impossible image of perfection, then we will continue to struggle with self-worth and confidence. It's a matter of perspective. What you feel is your weakness is your strength in somebody else's view. Have you heard the famous story of the penguin and the eagle? Let me tell you. A penguin was standing at the water's edge when he looked up and he saw an eagle soaring high up in the sky. He watched him with great admiration, and then he looked at his own flippers with frustration and flapped his wings vigorously. That looks so cool. I wish I could fly like that in the sky. And then he just slid himself into the water. At the same time, the eagle looked down at the penguin and said, "Wow, that looks so cool. I wish I could swim like that." And that goes on. Every now and then, I look at the talents and capabilities of other people and think, I wish that I was like them. And it is possible that there are some people who look at me and think they wish they were like me. I hope there is at least someone like that. And it goes on, the endless loop of comparison and inevitable disappointment. The nature created you for a reason, and you have the capability to become remarkably good at what you were created for. The sooner we accept this, the happier and more successful we will be. Think about what is unique about you. But don't compare yourself with anyone. Learn to accept what cannot be changed. Believing in yourself and becoming yourself is the best step you could take in your road to happiness and success. And the greatest love story is the one with yourself. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.